should you use a shotgun for home defense?
Absolutely.
They're gonna hear this and they're gonna run away. That could potentially be true in certain applications with certain people.
People can be very quick with a break action, man. You pop them out, put 2 in there, sling it, you're good to go.
If you're trained and accurate, you don't need more than 2.
I'm not gonna.
Welcome back to Class Firearms, guys. Kai over here with Jason.
What's going on, folks?
And today we're going to talk about, should you use a shotgun for home defense?
Absolutely. I mean, that's pretty much it.
The answer is yes.
You guys know the rest. Appreciate your business. God bless.
Yeah, God bless. You know what, guys? All right, fine. We'll explain further because there's a lot more variables when it comes to not only home defense, but the shotgun platform, because there's different brands, different types, and also different types of shells, which are appropriate for home defense and some of them not so much. So with that being said, let's dive deep into this. Say pause. I'll say pause. Let's dive right into it and start with pump action.
Yeah, pump action, man. Of course, you know, manual action of arms. You hear that, it's gonna send the intruders running for the hills. That is a false statement. Please don't take that for
Hey,
granted.
I don't know. If I heard it, I'd probably run.
Well, I mean, we did have a president who said even 2 shotgun blasts into the air.
No, that was 9mm blowing out the lungs and stuff. He did say that. He said that.
That too.
Okay.
But of course, this is the one of the most famous ones. Pump action shotgun, man. It's manual action, so of course you are controlling this. You can actually control what you put in there. Depends on, let's say you've got this loaded up with double-aught buck for home defense, but like Dave Chappelle said, you just want to pepper them up. You can rack that bag, do an emergency change, slug changeover, and then change it out and do whatever you need to do. But it's extremely versatile in its sense. Now, granted, do they work? Absolutely.
Oh my God, absolutely. I would agree with that.
Patrol officers use use pump action shotguns. I mean,
all I'm going to say is watch the LA bank robbery footage. Way back in the 90s, those cops were just approaching those bad guys, full kitted out, and they're just dumping those shotgun slugs into them. And it wasn't working all that well with some of them because they were just fully armored. But pump action shotgun has been used around the world by militaries, law enforcement. I mean, when I was with the Illinois State Police, we were issued a Remington 870.
Yeah, I mean, trench guns, right? I mean, they were used in World War I, World War II, all that jazz. I mean, it was cool.
It is extremely, in my personal opinion, effective for home defense. When it comes to manual operations, right, everybody pretty much knows how to operate a shotgun, right? The pump action, you can pretty much run any loads, which we will get to. Just you send, and then you do that again, and then over and over. So you don't have to worry about some of those semi-automatic jamming issues with certain brands, which again, I'll get there as well. The notion of, you know what, they're gonna hear this and they're gonna run away. That could potentially be true in certain applications with certain people, but not necessarily with everybody. The downside to that one is you're obviously going to let the person know, the bad guy, where you're at the same time, what kind of weapon system you are using. So that could be sometimes maybe positive, sometimes negative. And when it's negative, it's a bad day. So I would personally prefer to always have the element of surprise on bad guys, so I have the drop on them. That's my personal thinking. So shotgun, pump action, we have some loads over there. We've got double-aught buck, which is 9 pellets in there. Pretty much every single one of them about the almost same diameter as a 9mm and traveling just as fast. So that's freaking crazy. We got a birdshot right here. There's a ton of them in there. Tiny little pellets, not great for home defense because even at close range, yeah, you're gonna hurt somebody, but for immediate incapacitation, they're not all that effective.
I don't know, man. You can pepper somebody up with this thing.
You'll hit them. Yeah, I got a great example. Like I had a guy go in and try to execute this other dude, one of my cases, and he goes up and just shoots directly at him. He was sitting in a pickup truck, and the round the pellets hit the car door, and it was an old pickup truck too. None of them penetrated. Yeah, so it was just, it's great for, again, bird hunting. But then there is That's a mini shell.
Yeah, mini shell, like mini slug. They make these. These are really cool. Not all shotguns will run these, so might have to use an adapter.
Adapter, exactly.
There's that.
And there's also another shell here that we don't have here. It's the number 4 that has 27 pellets in there. That's also great for home defense. You're not going to really deal with a lot of over penetration through like those drywalls and whatever. And because you got a son right at home in another room, like people have families, so over penetration is also a concern because you need to know the backstop of your target. So number 4 seems to be a decent home defense caliber as well. So the good thing about a pump action shotgun, you can run all of them reliably through your pump action. Depending on which brand though, obviously Mossberg we have over here. We trust Mossberg, Remington, and some other good brands out there, but they're
Benelli.
Benelli, exactly. Now, let's talk about semi-automatic options out there, which is extremely popular. I've got the, obviously, 1301 Tactical from Beretta. Now, this thing basically, it's one of the best semi-automatic shotguns out there. It is a little pricey. I think it's in the maybe $1,600, $1,800 range, somewhere around there.
Definitely right there, close coming to 2.
Yeah, but it has a pretty decent magazine capacity. You can put like 8 rounds and 8 shells into this thing.
And ghost loaded.
And you can ghost load it, which means you can keep one right in there. It runs extremely smooth. Shotguns known to be, they have recoil, right?
I'd say one of the fastest.
Yeah.
For sure.
And Beretta claims to be the pretty much one of the fastest semi-automatic shotgun. It's reliable, because reliability is extremely important when it comes to defensive situations. This thing, you're gonna have like 8, 9 rounds in here, and something happens, God forbid, you can actually send multiple rounds down range, especially if you have one of those like double-aught buck or number 4, you'll hopefully not miss completely. Hopefully. All right, but slug is a great option too. An ounce of slug, just one projectile traveling at, I don't know, like 1,600 feet per second. What is the?
It's fast.
Yeah, it goes fast. All right, super fast. You hit somebody even with a body armor. If a bad guy walks in, which sometimes we do see these like bad guys walking with 3As or even level 4s, you hit them, they're going down. That terminal, like that kinetic energy is going to put them down. So. Extremely effective, and this thing shoots all loads, like birdshot, number 4, double-aught buck, slug, no problems whatsoever. Another option for that one too, everybody knows the Marine Corps, obviously Benelli M4. This thing is an OG, basically started everything. This like a super reliable semi-automatic shotgun platform. Well, this is also going to get the job done, and there are a lot of economically affordable options out there. There's a lot of Turkish variants of this, and they run pretty good. Ermax, Panzer, Military Arms Corporation. There are options out there if you guys want to get something that's more affordable. And then we had the affordable version of the 1301, which is the A300 Ultima.
Which more set up like a patrol style variant, so that's pretty cool. These are really awesome because they kind of share almost the same form and function, but this one has a blink system. This one is traditional inertia driven. So again, solid shotgun for about 800 bones. So that's not pretty bad.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I would choose the A300 over the 1301 because they're both super reliable, a lot cheaper. And lastly, that too. Another one would be just the good old magazine fed, like bullpup options, super affordable, like 5 shells or 10 rounders, different magazine capacities, and they work just fine, and you get some recoil out of them though. You'll feel that recoil.
That's very true.
But hey, not everybody can afford what Jason can, because he just talked about the 1301, which I love, but costs a lot of money. I'm just saying.
Financially all right, responsible and safe.
So. All right, so Jason, you are you using a shotgun for home defense? Because you got everything in your safe, I know that.
It wouldn't be the first thing I run for home defense, and that's just because of some things, non-negotiables with me. Limited capacity right off the gate. So
yeah, but
I hear you. You can train all day long, man. It's what's fast? Magazine.
Well, you got one of those break actions, don't you?
Well, first of all, let's get into that. Let's talk about that.
If you're trained and accurate, you don't need more than 2.
I'm not gonna lie. People can be very quick with a break action, man. You pop them out, put 2 in there, sling it, you're good to go. And granted, this is another example because some people are like willed stuff or heirloom stuff, or they like to buy more traditional shotguns side by side. So,
Dude, how many movies have we seen so far that this old lady comes out and is like, get out of my house, and then she's got something just like that, right?
Have you seen Hot Fuzz?
Yes.
Funny movie when he goes and like she fires this in the air and he like drop kicks her. Anyway, funny movie.
Jeepers Creepers too.
Absolutely.
In that one, yeah. I'm not sure if I'll pick that one personally, but if you're into it, you got a couple of shells in there. There you go. He's already training for that, which he's never going to use.
Never.
There's multiple options out there, and shotguns are absolutely, without a doubt, one of the
most versatile platforms.
Versatile, one of the best, let's just say, when it comes to like everybody knows, if you're in the guns, everybody knows shotguns. Even if you're not in the guns, like I feel like every house have pretty much a shotgun. If they may not have an AR-15, but they probably have a shotgun. And some places have state restrictions.
Yeah.
You know, like passed down that you were saying from their grandparents, whatever. Mm-hmm. Shotguns are fantastic. You got to train with them. You got to get used to those.
You do have to train, and I will say that, like to operate a shotgun, especially under stress, it takes a lot of focus and a lot of dexterity in the hands and fingers. You really do need to, depending, even doesn't matter if it's semi-auto or a pump action. You've got to be able to, feed that magazine into the tube. You got to be able to feed that into the loading gate or the chamber and all that jazz. You've got to be very precise. So I will say, on a skill level, you've got to be a little bit more skilled to run a shotgun than just a typical AR platform.
Yeah, it's just it's
or
different.
Or a pistol.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And again, these are big guns, right? They're heavier, they got longer barrels, some of them are 18, 20-inch barrels, right? So make sure you guys train with them. Like, I'm not gonna go into all tactics of it. Definitely check it out on the internet, but if you got a big gun and you're going through a threshold, and let's say this is my door, and you just wanna go in, your barrel goes in first, especially you got one of those 18-inchers. Make sure you don't do that. This is just a very scratching surface. That your tactics also change as your guns get bigger when you're searching your house or your business establishment, whatever. Shotguns, a big thumbs up from me. Just make sure you train and pick the right ammunition, which I personally, for home defense, say double up buck or number 4. That's what I say.
I'm with it, man.
Yeah.
It's a very viable option. It's cool.
That's it. So let us know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about shotguns as home defense? Do you use a shotgun for home defense? Primarily, anybody who uses a shotgun primarily for home defense, I want to know your thoughts. And do you have any suggestions yourself? I'd love to read and hear your suggestions. As always, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate your business.
God bless.
We'll see you on the next one.